Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So today, I'm going to talk about an event store. Now, I'm going to go with the Cons Challenge event store. I'm not going to talk about these Officer Depot tokens, which you've been able to get several, or many, however many, this month. Now, part of that is because there are a lot to choose from. And I feel like, to a certain extent, most of these officers have sourcing elsewhere. Usually what I go with to tell you, don't pick something that has sourcing elsewhere. That being said, since we are getting a lot of these tokens, maybe you can do that. I would say pick an area of your game that you want to enhance. Hostiles, armadas, PvP, wave defense, and boost that. Personally, I have been going after strike team officers because I feel like PvP is the weaker part of my game and kind of doubles. While yes, there is sourcing, those officers in that wave store, they're still on a cooldown. So by getting some here, that can save me some days. Also, to max those strike teams and even the retaliation squads, it's a lot of wave defense credits. So can that save me some? Sure, it can. But for the most part, speed up that process because it's, again, with the cooldown, it's going to be a long process. Long one. Let's get into Cons Challenge. There are several things in here that I think you shouldn't go after. I think there are several things in here that really aren't for me. A few other things, yes. Now, I want to call your attention to these hijacked refits. Yeah, instead of making hijacked ships, hijacked refits now. Cool. Why can't you allow me to trade in my hijacked ships for this? But whatever. Seem to be centered around the epics, the G4 epics, the G5 epics, what I can see in here. And there's, well, they have them for the G6 epics. Whether they're available in the store, I don't know. And one other thing, the countdown cannon projectile. I only want to call those to your attention because I'm going to back out and I'm going to go show you exactly what they do. Because, of course, when you tap on the thing in that store, it doesn't tell you what they're for, which is, or what they do, which is awesome. Now you can see here, I usually like to go in the ship hangar. That's where the paintbrush is, and yes, the paintbrush goes away when you're upgrading this building, which is awesome. Because how do you get in there? Yeah, and even when you click on it, instead of bringing up the building menu, it brings up this. It'd be nice if it brought up the building menu, which still allowed you to, speed it up through there. That'd be nice. But luckily there's a back door. Click on the armory, because that is where these ship abilities come out of. The skins and the projectiles come somewhere else. Let's go to the skins. Let's talk about the Orcus. Find them. Yeah, see, they had the hijacked for the Augur. I didn't see it in the store. I don't know why. And they also have the hijacked for the Scimitar somewhere around here. I thought I saw it. Oh, that's gold. No, it's right here. Just tap on the one for the Enterprise A here. Read the description. Increase USS Enterprise A base weapon damage by 750%. It doesn't say in PvE, doesn't say PvP, doesn't say armadas, doesn't say wave defense. It just says 750%. So that's pretty good that it is a universal bonus. Or at least, that's how it reads. Second part is a little confusing. I mean, I'm pretty sure I get it, but it is a little confusing. And then, base cost efficiency of USS Enterprise A parts. Not sure what those are. Materials and resources by 200%. It's not a huge number. I mean, but for G4, that's pretty good. I'm not sure what they mean by Enterprise A parts. I assume they mean the Explorer parts you put on it, but they didn't want to say Explorer parts because then that would apply to all Explorer parts. Sounds like a thing. 200% is not bad. It's not bad. Here is the... What is this? It's the Enterprise E. This should be the G6 one, right? Base weapon damage 2,000%. Okay, I don't know why they need 2,000%, but that's fine. And then the cost efficiency by 300%. Right. So, yeah, basically universal. Here's the Enterprise D. 1,500 to the weapon damage and 250% to the cost efficiency. And the D4, it's the same for the D4 and the Augur and the Epics, respectively. Kind of nice. I would say if they're in the store and you haven't passed them, like say I've passed them all, and I don't see the Scimitar or the Enterprise D, or the Enterprise E or the... What the hell is the other one? I don't know. Where is it? It's not the Rotaran. What's the big brother of the Rotaran? It's not in here. Kreneka. Kreneka. Which I don't see. There's the gold one. Where's the Hijacked? Oh, there it is. But they're not in my event store, so I can't get them because I'm not at the right level. And again, I passed them, so I'm not going to get the ones for the Rotaran or the Derricks because they don't apply to me. But you can choose to get it if you want to. Here is the Countdown Cannon. Increase all mitigation stats by 20% of base. If you want to go for it, I'm going to tell you, I don't think 20% really does anything. To a certain extent, it does depend on where exactly in the equation it puts that 20%. You would have to ask the people that made it. I don't know. But typically, 20% increases do nothing for mitigation. Alright, so that'll cover a lot of the things there. I do feel like the skins are relatively cheap, which kind of pisses me off. Because you get that cool thing for cheap and I have to go for something else. And I'm not going to be able to unlock it, which kind of pisses me off. But, however. Alright, so that leaves some of these. I'll go with these currencies for the Chaos Tech and the Forbidden Tech. I'm going to say this. I feel that the Chaos Tech, the Tier Up, and the Chaos Matter, I feel like the sourcing is pretty good with the Reliance, so I don't feel that it's really valuable for you to waste this currency on that. That's just an opinion. The Proto Catalyst and the Proto Matter for the Forbidden Techs, I just feel the exchange rate is terrible. Plus, you can get a lot of these from doing your Q trials daily. So, I don't know. I mean, the Tier Catalyst, yeah, are a little more harder to come by, but at the same time, I think this exchange rate is trash. It's just trash. Even if I could get this 4 times, it would only be, what, 8,000? 9,000? That's not that much. It's really not. So, throwing all those out of the window, I'm going to start with the Interphasic Mirror. I have the Interphasic Mirror. I got it in another event store. I don't remember which one. I feel it's pretty nice. It's cool. And it's cheap. It's pretty effective, I think. Increase isolated cascade damage for run round after being hit by a hostile or armada. This ability can stack weapons with multiple shots. Only trigger this ability once per attack. 10% at max. Second ability, reduce isolated damage received from hostiles and armadas by 30%. Something I want to call your attention to before I do all that. I have not paid. I didn't pay for the Reliance. I didn't buy any Chaos Tech packs. I did get a lucky pull and got the Q Cannon from the Exchange and Refinery. Look at all this. The Chrono Deflector from the Don't Trust Anybody store. That's max. Loot's max. the Mirror's Max, which I recently got, Thought Maker's Max, pretty quick between acquisition and maxing them, because the sourcing for the materials is pretty good in the refinery. So now let's go back to that store, talk about the few things that I have my eye on for myself personally. Now, somebody mentioned in one of the faction stores, I don't remember which the hell one it was now, I guess it was the Augment one, there was a dock in there. Well, I have all the docks, so I didn't see it, obviously. If there's something like that in here, a dock, a fleet commander slot, a builder, I don't know if they're doing that yet, or a researcher, extra research slots, they're going to have high value. Mostly because they're going to last the whole game. I bought the second builder. I guess I bought the third builder too, and then the third researcher and fourth researcher, and since I bought them, I've been able to use them for years. It's not like Forbidden Tech it came out, and how long after did Chaos Tech come out? Does something like that diminish some of the other things in this game? Well, I don't see that they're going to make research slots go away. Now, the only thing that may hurt that is if they shorten the timers on some of these researchers. With some researchers, some researchers do have shorter timers, but some don't. The same thing with buildings. So I've gotten some benefit for years, even if it's like a tiny benefit, instead of, let's say, a huge benefit with a Forbidden Tech that may go out of style real soon. So you get a lot of benefit for a very short amount of time, or a very small benefit for a long period of time. That's what you kind of think about with a fleet commander spot, or a dock, or an extra research or builder slot. They should be high on your list. But again, I can't see them because I got a lot of that stuff. Alright, let me just scroll through here and make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm going to point to the Q cannon. I mean, the Q cannon is nice. I have it, so I'm obviously not going to go for it. It's okay. I mean, it's not fantastic or anything. Each time the opponent scores a critical hit, reduce their base weapon damage for 2 rounds. Against players, reduce the opponent's base critical hit damage. Against players, increase base weapon damage. Can be useful, absolutely. Depends on you. Are you a PvP person or are you a PvE person? You're going to have to decide that. The Q Cannon and the Echo Papa are going to be your PvP Chaos Techs, the Thothian Mines, and the Godsend are going to be your PvE Chaos Techs. And those are the ones I'm going to go for. Can't really decide. Of course, I'm not going to fully unlock it. I must have missed an event, but it's fine. Godsend, increase base weapon damage against hostiles, 1600%. I mean, I guess that's still a lot. I mean, it kind of sounds like a lot, but is it still a lot in this day and age? I don't know. Increase Apex barrier against non-armada hostiles, 1500. I'm sorry, no percentage. 1500, that's not that much. Seeing as how, Naismith can get you 2,000, or Anorex can get you 2,000 every time you're hit. So another 1,500 ain't really that much. Increase Apex Shred against hostiles, 35%, and again, that isn't that much. But could that help you do some of these new waves? Sure. I don't know how much it's going to help, but it can help a bit. Thothian Mines, personal opinion, I think these are trash, but it's just me. Increased isolated defense for 2 rounds when hit by a critical hit. I guess technically that can work in PvP. So maybe that's something that you want. Second and third abilities only apply in Mirror Universe. One reason why I think, or 2 reasons why I think this is trash. Hate the Mirror Universe. It's a pain in the ass. And 2, I don't go in there that much. Not only because I don't like it, but because I feel like you can get so much of the currency in one run. So I don't know why I need help. I don't need help. Do you need help with your mirror universe grinding? Second ability here, increase raw Trillium A, D, Omega Trillium loot obtained from mirror universe hostiles by 500%. Is that something you need? There are researchers in the tree that do that, so, and do more than 500%. So do you really need that? I'm going to say no. But that's just me. You could think something entirely different. That's fine. I just don't think this is really worth it for you. Plus, it was in the Battle Pass last month, so I already have it. Increase critical damage against Mirror Universe hostiles by 200%. First of all, 200% ain't that much. Because, again, I already have more than 1,000. Another 200% doesn't do a whole lot for me. But that's just an opinion. So I don't think that's that good. Echo Papa here. And I'm not sure if this one is really that good, but don't have that many options. I don't really like the first ability here. Increase weapon damage when enemy HHP, which is hull hit points, is below 40%. It's not that great. How long is... I mean, is that going to activate at all? It has potential to, sure, but at the same time... How long do some of these PvP battles go? I mean, if they're going a long time now, sure, but something you're going to have to decide. This probably will be the one I'll go after, but just because I don't think that Godsend looks really that good, but however. Second and third abilities at start of each round increase isolated defense for 4 rounds against players. Okay. Okay. Doesn't say whether it stacks or not, but I gotta think it does? Because why would it say at the start of each round? And not just say, oh, for the whole battle. So it's gotta stack. 50%, I mean, after 4 activations, that's 200%. Okay, okay. Increase Apex Shred against players. Does not trigger during station combat. Only 50%, which isn't that much. So, for the most part, I'm a little pissed that I'm not, or that I'm too far ahead, because I can't benefit from the Daradex refit, or the Rataran refit. I think they're where you should invest your currency if you're at the right level, where you can actually get some benefit out of that. Tough thing with that is it's kind of a hard target to make. Because either you've passed it, or you're not there yet and you won't see it in the store. Or maybe you will. I honestly don't know, because I'm just assuming that the Scimitar, the Enterprise E, and the Caricature would be in here for me if I was a level 70, let's say. I'm not. So, whatever. But their abilities look nice. And then I think it really boils down to the... Are they all epics? The 3 epic chaos techs. Not the materials, but the 3 epic chaos techs. Gotta pick which one you like the best. I feel like don't go after the Q cannon because it is in the pool for the Reliant. So you got a good chance of getting that free to play. The Tolthian mines are just trash. So decide between the Echo Papa and the Godsend pretty much. Are you a PvE person or a PvP person? And then pick that one. Or pick which one that you want to improve your game the most. Like, say, what I was doing with the Officer Depot. Trying to improve is point of my game that is somewhat lacking. Comment below. How has this event been going for you? Am I a little behind? Because I feel like I might have missed a few events. Because I only have 16,000 of this shit. I might be a little behind. How many have you all been getting? And what do you like most in this store? And by all means, please say what isn't in what you can't see in my store. Because I really don't know. I probably should know. I probably should have asked around. I didn't. I forgot. Oh well. And we can talk about that, whether those things are worth it or not. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.